There's only one, there's only one. It's only one, just only one, just.
Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So we are going to get into these crochet boho braids. We're going to get right into it. So this is my braid pattern. I did single braids in the front, like a medium size, and in the back I did cornrows. Now we're not going to talk about the thick braid at the end. It's all going to get covered by the crochet locks. So let's get into it. Thank you to Ywigs for sending me these 22-inch crochet boho braids, and they also sent the hook, which I really needed because I forgot to pick one up. So these are 22 inches. Like I said, it comes with the boho human hair, nice and wavy, and they're very lightweight, so that's what we're going to be using today. They also sent me a bundle. I believe it was 18 inches of the wavy hair. This hair is absolutely beautiful, and it's like the softest hair I've ever felt in my entire life. But these extra bundles helps with like the thickness and the fullness of the whole style, so it's not a necessity, but if you want to pick up one of those, I would highly suggest it. So I went ahead and just did some on my own to make sure I got the whole thing down, because it takes a little bit of trial and error to figure out how exactly you want to put these in. Like I said, the back is looking crazy, but it's all covered, so it doesn't even matter. So the holes, or like the loops for the crochet locks, are very tight, so you're gonna have to play around with it a little bit to get it to loosen up. I learned towards the end that you can just pull the crochet lock down and it creates more of a space, but at the beginning I was using a rat tail comb to like squeeze space into it. All right, so let me show you guys how exactly I did this. You're gonna need that crochet hook. You're gonna push it through the bottom of your braid, and then you're gonna take the loop for the crochet lock, put it on the hook and close the latch, and then you're gonna pull it through. I'm showing you what it looks like in real time because I did struggle a few times because the thread is pretty thick. You're gonna have to pull it and use a little bit of elbow grease to get it all the way through. And after that, you're going to use that same crochet hook, and you're going to get to the end of the crochet lock, like the wavy hair piece, and you're going to pull it through the loop as well. So this took me some trial and error to figure out where was the best placement to pull the lock through, because it is a bit thicker than the loop that they provide. So I found that it was just the easiest to pull it through at the end of the lock where the wavy piece begins. So this is what the hair looks like with 2 full packs in. It is a little scarce right now because one, I didn't want to do it too thick and overload them and not be able to put my hair in a ponytail or have it be too heavy. And 2, I wanted to make sure I had enough for the whole head. So at this point, I'm extremely exhausted. It's been hours, but we're on the last row. Thank you, Jesus. So for this top part, you want to keep close attention. So I'm going to put the crochet hook in about 1.5 inches down because I don't want it to be too bulky at the top. So I'm going to pull it through just like so, as you see, and I'm going to do that same thing and pull my braid through that loop to create a knot, so my braid and the crochet lock become one. After that, you're then going to take your marley hair and you're going to crochet that through as well. Not through the braid, but pretty much like through the root, like right under the braid. So you want to leave some space when you're braiding so that the hair is able to slide through like that. And then you're also going to slide through one of the pieces of the bundle. And then now that you have them all together in one side, you're going to group them together with the crochet lock. Make sure the longer side of the bundled curly piece is exposed. And you're going to take your marley hair and you're just going to begin to start wrapping. I'll also say this about wrapping the hair. It is a little bit of trial and error to see which way is the fastest, which way is the neatest. But at this point, babes, I did not care. I was just like, let's just get this over with before I chop all my hair off. So I'm just continuing to wrap. Every now and then I would get extra curly pieces stuck into my wrapping, so I'd have to separate them. And at this point, I was like, Lord Jesus, take the wheel, because I was just so over it. But we're so close to the finish line, and I did what I had to do, so I just kept on wrapping. Okay, so this is what it looks like fully wrapped with all the pieces included. And now let's move to the front. So this is the last one. I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I did again. Just put the crochet hook through about 1.5 inches down. Add in the marley hair right underneath the braid. So not through the braid, but right underneath it. Add in your curly piece as well. Make sure you wet it with water a little bit. It just makes it much easier to maneuver, and it helps all the hair to stay together in place. And now that you have all of your ingredients together for your crochet lock, you're going to use that Marley hair and you're just going to wrap like your life depends on it. Just wrap all the way down, making sure you take the curly pieces out. I just stick them in my mouth to hold them tight, and then you wrap all the way down. So I will give all of my final thoughts at the end, but this is what the hair looks like. I think it's so pretty. I didn't end up adding any extra pieces to the back because it was already full enough, and I knew the pieces in the front would hide like the emptiness in the back, and I just didn't want it to be too heavy or too full and too bulky, so I didn't decide to add any. And last thing that I'm going to do is just spray it with some water just to tame the hair a little bit because I wanted to see what it would look like. And even when it dried the next day, it still looked really well. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my final thoughts and anything that I would do differently in the rest of this video. Okay, you guys, so this is how the hair turned out. I think it came out very beautiful. Let me give you guys a little closer up look. First of all, let's look at how long this is. Hello? Yeah, this is down there. This hair is pretty long, okay? But I actually love it. I can't sit here and say this was a super quick style because this took some time from the prep, like washing my hair, blow drying it, doing the single braids in the front and the braids in the back took me a few hours, and then figuring out how to do the front took me a couple of hours as well. So in total, this probably took me 6 hours to do, which really is not bad from start to finish. It's not bad at all, but it's not like, oh, super quick 2-hour style like some people, because I was still trying to figure it out. This is my first time doing a style like this, and I think it turned out really great. But let me just tell you some things that I would do differently if I were to do it again. So I did the braids, like the cornrows in the back and the single braids in the front, because I wanted to give it more versatility and a more natural look. Like, you know, I can do pretty much whatever I want to with the front of my hair. I probably wouldn't put it in a ponytail because the back, like the lower back, needs some surgery. But the front, I can do literally whatever I want. So I think that's great. Sorry, the lighting is changing. But if I were to do it again, one, I would do less braids in the front because after a while, it starts to pack up a little bit. So my thought was like, let me do my braids super, like nice, small, and neat. Even though they're still kind of medium sized, I probably would have done them a little bit bigger because these do pack up after a while, and I feel like it came out a little thicker than what I would want it to be. So there's that. Two, I don't know if I would do the cornrows in the back and the single braids in the front, only because it came out to be a little bit of a different size, because now me on my knees. Okay, the ones in the back are pretty skinny and the ones in the front are a little bit thicker. I don't know if you can tell. You should probably will be able to tell, which nobody would really even be able to know unless they were like literally dissecting my hair one by one. There goes the sun again. So it's really not that big of a deal. But since in the front I had to like wrap the hair along with the single braid, along with the dread, it came out to be a little bit thicker than it is to just crochet them in with no added wrapping or braid or anything like that. So that was that. What else would I have done differently? I probably would have just done the invisible part method in the front next time, just to save me some time, because if I did the invisible part method, this whole hairstyle probably would have took me 3 hours from start to finish. But overall, for the look, it's a 10 out of 10. We're just here for the look. We'll figure out the other stuff later, how to take it out and all that stuff, but as of right now, very pleased. Very, can I say it? Very cutesy. I really love this style. The human hair is so soft and it's really nice. I love this texture. It's very pretty. It doesn't feel super heavy. It's not shedding. It just looks really good, and it's holding up really well for the full 36 hours that I've had it in so far. But if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll leave all the links to where I got the hair and all of the information that you need down below in the description box. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.